Today, I'll be making some more easy air-dry clay keychains. There are lots of cute food and Halloween-themed charms, so let's get started. I'm using creative paper clay to make the charms. The first charm is a bear in a ghost costume. First, I'm using a dotting tool to draw a ghost shape on a flattened piece of clay, then cutting it out with a precision knife. After smoothing the edges, I'm adding the face, which is a flat oval. I'm taking 2 small balls of clay and gently flattening them for the ears, then blending them in with a clay tool. Lastly, I'm using an eye pin with a screw and twisting it into the charm. Next are some cute cookie charms. Flatten some clay and use a cutter for the cookie shape. The cutter I'm using is actually from a set of vegetable cutters. I'm using a dotting tool for the details and adding in the eye pin. I'm also making a Miffy chocolate to add on top. I'm scoring both pieces and attaching them together. I'm making another cookie, and this one has a bear topping. To make some 3D ghosts, I take a ball of clay and use an acrylic stamp block to shape it into a rounded mountain. Then I use a dotting tool to press the bottom of the clay to create wavy edges. Here I use a smaller dotting tool for the eyes, and I'm twisting in the eye pin, and we're done. I'm also making a Miffy ghost, which is the same ghost but with ears. Next is some candy. To make candy corn, I shape a ball of clay into a teardrop, gently flattening it, then shaping the sides into a triangle. I'm using a needle tool to add the striped details. To make a candy pumpkin, I shape the clay into a dome and add the lines with the same needle tool. I press the top down so the stem can be added more securely. To make candy apples, I take a ball of clay and gently roll the bottom half so it's a little slimmer than the top. I indent the top using a cone-shaped clay tool. Here, I'm adding a toothpick on top and pressing a small hole for the bottom detail. The last charm is a half s'more, which is a s'more without the top cracker. I flatten some clay and cut it into a square to make the graham cracker. Here, I use a thin dotting tool to add details on the cracker. To make a chocolate bar, I use a needle tool to press lines on a flattened piece of clay. I cut off the excess and attach it to the top of the cracker. For the marshmallow, I'm making a Miffy, the same ones as the cookies from earlier. I made some extra charms, and after 3 days, they are fully dry and ready for some light sanding. After sanding, I'm using superglue to secure the toothpicks and any loose eye pins. After the glue is dry, I use acrylic paint to color the charms. I speed through this process in the video, but it actually took me around 3 hours to paint everything. Once the paint is dry, I'm using clay varnish to glaze the charms. For the caramel on the candy apples, I'm mixing some varnish with acrylic paint. UV resin would be the better option, but I wanted to see what it would look like with varnish. Varnish isn't as durable, but it air dries and is less toxic than UV resin. I'm dipping the apple in and placing it on a piece of parchment paper to dry. After a day, here's what the candy apples look like. The caramel is a bit bendy and could be more opaque, but it still turned out pretty nice. Now, to assemble the keychains, we need key rings, jump rings, and jewelry pliers. I'm also adding some star charms. Use a jump ring to attach the key ring and the charms. Here's what the finished keychains look like. I really like how the s'mores turned out.